we are asked to multiply the complex number 2 plus 3i and the complex number 6 plus I. And the way to do it is the way in which you would multiply any traditional binomial. For instance, x plus 3 times x plus 4 maybe. The way you would multiply this is exactly the same in which you would multiply this, except that you have to remember that I here is not a variable. It is the imaginary unit I, which is equal to the square root of -1. And so to multiply these, this here is just a number. So I can multiply this number to each of these numbers inside of this expression. I can distribute it into this expression. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write 2 plus 3i, and I'm going to first multiply it with the 6, and then I'm going to add it to 2 plus 3i multiplied by the I. All I did here was I said, well, hey, if I have a times b plus c, I can write this as ab plus ac. Here a is our 2 plus 3i and b plus c is this. And so now I can just multiply these out, and I'll have some real parts and some imaginary parts, and then I can just add the real parts and then the imaginary parts. So when I multiply a 2 times a 6, I get a 12, and then a 3i times 6 is going to be 18i. Then we have a 2 plus a 3i times the I. So the I is first going to multiply with the 2, and that's going to give us a 2i. And then the I times the 3i, that's going to be 3i squared, because we have 2 i's here. And this 3i squared will just become a -3. Why? Because from our definition we know that I is equal to the square root of -1. So I squared, as we've learned earlier, is a -1. So this becomes a -3. And I can write the rest of it in the same way. 12 plus 18i plus a 2i. And now I just need to add the real part to the real part, which in this case is a 12 minus a 3. Pretty straightforward. That's going to be a 9. And then in another color, how about green? I'm going to add 18i plus a 2i. So I have 18 of something and I have 2 of something. When I add them together, that's going to give me 20 of something, and 20 of something in this case is I. So it's going to be 9 plus 20i. That's your answer.